fifth installment of this franchise. And yes, you are extremely close and extremely attached to this franchise because of your own family. But this time, however, was even more special. A very bonding experience with your son Racer. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so this is like a real legacy moment for me, my family, and for audiences because a lot of people I know who are like my son's age have kids of their own now, but they grew up with this being kids. So now they can watch this movie with their families. And for me, it all starts with a family. We make these movies. It's the only
Yeah.
film series that's made by family for other families. So he started as a stunt kid on the first movies. He came up with Shark Boy and Lava Girl at age 6.
Oh
And
my.
then now he's been my co-writer all this time for these movies. So have him officially be my co-writer. He came up with that the villain would be a bad guy with games because kids are more tech savvy now and could if you locked people out of the technology with a game, they could beat it. Just so many clever ideas. And my other son is my composer. Another son creates the video game that's in the movie, and my daughter draws the emojis and sings the end titles. Another child is my co-editor. So it's always has to be made by a family or the families. Growing up, like there was a friend of mine, Rolando. He had a super taco restaurant run by his family. The waiter, the chef, the bus boys, they're all people who worked at the restaurant, were from the family, they owned it. I always wanted my own family run restaurant, but I ended up doing it in the movie business instead, because there's something about the family that works together and
Right.
creates together something for other people to enjoy. I think that's what makes these movies so special.
A lot of Hispanic families work together. You just
This is
happen
not
to do it on screen. You just happen to do it in the industry, But that's the core, right? Like of every immigrant family, they work together. You are the ultimate um, one man band. I mean, you do you imagine yourself doing a 30 million movie somehow someday?
I mean, I love, even if I do a big movie, like I did Alita, and it's a big movie, I still
It
like to
was.
do all these jobs. I mean, I still like to do all these jobs because they're my favorite, and they don't all happen at the same time. So you can write, and then you stop writing, then you direct, and you stop directing, then you're filming, and then you're scoring, and then you're editing, and then, so you can just keep changing your hat. I love all those jobs. They're all part of the process for me, and especially on a movie like this, it's got to feel like it's made handmade. It's not just made at
Hmm.
a factory. It's made by a family for other families. So that's why we all work on it. And it just gives it some special quality that you can't buy. And and so it's important for my process to do it that way. I can hire much better people to do the job, but it's very subjective, and how you see it subjectively is very unique. And it's what people like about it is your own unique perspective. So you kind of have to do all those jobs.
Which leads me to my next question. A couple of days ago, Tim Burton said AI is like a robot taking your humanity and your soul. For someone that does everything in his movies, what does AI mean?
I didn't get to see what he was talking about. I wish I had. I don't really know. I haven't seen anything done by AI yet that competes with what like he does. What he does is so
Mm.
unique. And his
They
so
they kind of sort of took AI to Tim Burtonized Disney
yeah, I didn't
characters.
see it. I just
That's what
didn't
they.
see it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what his point is. I don't know if it's at that point yet to replace a great artist like that. I don't see that yet. But who knows? Maybe it comes. I think after a while people aren't going to believe what they see anymore. But there's definitely battles to be fought to make sure we don't give up some right early, and that's what the strikes are about. Um, that could be detrimental later, so that things are done more thoughtfully. I think that's all good to police it, to preserve the art form and the artist who to rely on that for livelihood. So yeah, I definitely see. I haven't seen what he saw, but I'm sure there's no. I'm sure that no one can replace Tim Burton. He's a unique, one of a kind artist.
And last question, as the parents in the movie and as parents all over the world, we will never be, I mean, Generation X will never be as savvy or quick with video games, you know, as, as Gen Zs. How many times have they beaten you, like in games, or you just don't even venture to compete against your kids?
I was the original gamer, so I was very good at games, and
Ah,
I bought them games. I used to get them the codes to access things. They needed me for all that. And
just like in the movie.
I called myself the king. That was my name, the king. And they would try to beat me. My son would say, I'm going to turn you into the court jester. And then he would lose. But then once I got to be age 8 or 9, like the I never won again. I don't know how they figured it out, but they didn't need me anymore for the codes. They didn't need me they could do all these things with the menus. I didn't know what they were doing. I was like lost. So that's why it's in the movie that way, because it's true. They totally beat me. I can't even, I see them playing games now and I don't know what they're doing. They're just, I have no idea. I'm lost.
Welcome to the club. I think they just come with an incorporated chip, and we just didn't have that chip, you know.
I couldn't believe it happened that early, though. It was like they were literally only 8, and I was like, I'm never going to win again. I'm never going to win again. It was clear.
Oh man, it hurts. It hurts. It's like you feel old and you feel like outdated, but it happens. It just, if they start so early, we didn't start so early. Even when we're good at it, we didn't start that early. And again, I don't know, it's like reprogram another part of your brain or something. Thank
So
you
anyway,
so
that's,
much.
that's why that's in the movie that way. Thank you
And
so
I
much.
could definitely identify with it, and I guess every parent will be. Everybody from the Generation X will. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good to
Appreciate it.
see you. Bye.